clock strikes.
When the clock strikes.
Pacific time on a Wednesday.
You guys just hang out for a couple minutes now.
Thursday night.
Okay.
What are you drinking, Matt?
Angry Orchard hard cider.
Are you angry?
I was too lazy to go all the way upstairs.
Dude buddy Bossman. He's from Wisconsin, don't you know? He'll tell you, get him on the phone and speak with heart. Zen Master Zeno, he likes playing the outro. He'll push your deal flow, and he's wicked smart with fancy robes and a sassy swivel. They'll help you on
Just hang out for a couple minutes now.
Freedom Quest. Freedom the mailing.
The refill guy.
Selling deer. Don't ever quit. Just learn from their guests. Get on a call now. It's not too late, friend. Become a land geek and end your strife. Raise up your glass deep.
Michael Zano, you're watching.
Going back now.
I'm a watcher.
You're a watcher.
I'm a watcher. Only way I can see the intro.
It'll change your life.
What's up, boys?
What's happening?
How's it going?
It's going.
Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, happy nightcap day.
Woohoo!
Very exciting, isn't it?
It is. I love to be here.
Love to be here. We should probably introduce ourselves to the audience that is ever growing.
Oh, yeah. We're huge now.
Tens of thousands of people are joining us right now as we speak. It's lovely.
The internet is crashing.
It is crashing, yes.
Amazon
We're
is
crashing
crumbling.
the internet. And not for the first time. It's a weekly occurrence.
Hey, we're on their radar.
We are on Facebook's radar. Yes, we are. We had this opening that we used for a long time, and
It got too
just so
big.
happens they didn't like that it wasn't our original song. So we came up with our own. Not we, Aileen DeAugustine came up with our own
Look this
original
up.
song.
Love her. Love her. I think she's watching. Call me nutty.
Is she watching?
I think so.
Mark. Oh, the creator's watching. Mark Podolsky.
That's
Creator. We're not
just about to
worthy. We're not worthy.
We're not worthy. Mark, I'm just going to introduce ourselves to our ever-growing audience. I'm Scott Bossman. The guy in the middle is Matt Forbes. The guy in the end is Mike Zano. We're the Land Geek guys.
Woohoo!
We're here to
Zano,
talk land investing and other random facts like when a certain song was published and so on and so forth.
Land investing with a side of whatever else pops into our tiny little brains.
Yeah, last week we were talking biking shorts, singlet biking shorts, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Tune in. All sorts of helpful information.
Bosman got very hot under the collar. It was good.
That's not true.
It's really good. I thought that's
Never.
what happened.
Mark says hi, loves the nightcap. Aileen is the best. We agree. Aileen is the best.
She rocks.
Mark, I don't know if you saw the intro, but we've converted the intro song over to hers, so it's fun to listen to.
Yeah, it is.
So, fellas, what's up with the land investing this week? How's land investing life? How are things going?
Well, no complaints on my end. I think it's a great week. What's so funny? What am I supposed to say, Matt?
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. We sold 84 properties. I don't know where. I don't know who to. I don't remember buying them. I don't know if it was my money. It's a Wednesday. That's how I roll.
No, it's been.
Love it.
I'm not saying like that. It's been. We're in the middle of some purchases, yes, and we buy them. Hey, listen, you got to learn how to negotiate in this business, right? So if you can negotiate, you can buy things cheap. So yeah, I got a few properties coming my way at a decent price, and
Nice.
I'm already, But you know what? We talked about this. Where was this? Was this on? This might have been on the round table, actually. No. I think, Scott, we were talking Was it on one of our broadcasts? We were going live. We're starting to go live a lot. We were talking about. No, it was on the round table. How do you hit a big gold nugget? But really was all about consistent mailing, right? It was like, where do these deals come from? When you guys get these knock them out of the park deals. Well, it's not like I just sent out 100 mailers and then all of a sudden, bang, a great deal came my way with 47 properties, right? No, it's consistent mailing every week. It's putting the time in. It's putting the effort into the right processes and having all that in place. And then, I call every deal like a flake of gold, right? But every so often, you pan in, which is your mailing, and you get a big nugget. It's going to happen to all of us.
Yeah.
It comes out of left field. It hits you out of nowhere. It can these gold nuggets. They can happen on the acquisition side. They can happen on the sales side, right?
Right.
Yep.
Like what about those sales guys? And I know you've had them where you purchase property for $1,500 and somebody wants to put down $2,000.
I've had it.
Those are amazing.
I recently partnered with somebody who may be on this broadcast, and we bought a property for $100. Did we buy it for $100? We can't even say the return on that. We'll just cut that. It's ridiculous. Nobody would believe it.
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
It was like trim that live feed. Is that what I just heard right there? We want the numbers. Come on, man.
10,000. 10,000.
You sold it for 10 G's?
Yes.
It's a neighbor sale.
I don't think we should even talk about it. It's so ridiculous.
Hey, it's awesome. I love it. I bought. I had 3 properties come back from the county today, and I think I've sold 2 of them for monster returns. And the third I bought for $0. The guy owes like $3,500 in back taxes, but I don't have to pay that. So it's like a free property until I sell it.
Is that the $1 Skittle?
It's called the $1 Skittle.
Yeah.
Good. The $1 Skittle, Matt Forbes.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we should probably revisit that sometime. We've named all the deals, right? And one of them is when there's so much owed in back tax, you do exactly what Matt did. You solve a problem. You solve someone's problem, you take the property off their hands, and then you turn around and you capitalize on the situation.
We called the county, and the county was like, the guy at the county was like, well, the guy at the county is John Burnett's twin brother. He goes, well, we don't really know when we're going to start that process. And we're like, well, the taxes are 49 cents a year, and the dude owes like 3 G's. So with interest, he's got to be delinquent, I don't know, 8-9 years. And the county's like, well, when we get to it. We'll send you a letter. And I'm like, all right, I'll have it sold by then. That sounds lovely. So I think I'll just wholesale it, go make a quick, $2-3 grand and call it a day.
That actually brings up a great point, Matt, that a lot of people do ask us. Like, when you buy a property, do you have to pay the taxes off right away? And the answer really is you have to know the county, right? You have to have that information. Some counties work faster than others, and some don't work so fast, as Matt's talking about here. So knowing the county, and that goes back to the first thing we do in this business, which is county research. County research is the bedrock of what we do, and part of it is knowing the processes the county will go through when a property is delinquent. So that's an incredibly awesome point, Matt.
Mark Podolsky loves when Matt does deals. Don't we all?
Who else loves when Matt does deals? Matt's wife.
Matt's wife loves deals.
She's a huge fan of Matt's deals.
Yep, she likes my deals.
And he's a big deal. I don't know, Fortune 500. Maybe it should be Matt Big Deal Forbes.
No, I don't think big deal is appropriate.
I like Big Deal. I like Big Deal Forbes.
I mean,
it sounds like a WWE name, Matt, and you got the presence.
To be fair, like, I am a big deal, as a person, but I don't know if
I can see the shirt. Big Deal Forbes. Big Deal Forbes. Mark, what do you think about that? Big Deal Forbes.
Hey, Forbes, does anyone ever say to you at boot camp, I thought you were shorter than you are?
No, it was weird that last boot camp I didn't really get a lot of people who were like, hey, I want to catch up with you. It was kind of odd. I had one guy in the elevator. It was Paul Brewer.
He's watching, Paul Brewer.
Yeah, he was. I didn't. It was. I walked in the elevator and I'm like, shit, I left my name tag. And, like, I started to walk away. He's like, everybody knows who you are. And I'm like, okay, I got to go get my name tag now on the second day. But I don't know.
Yeah, so you've been to enough boot camps where it's becoming like Cheers. Everybody knows your name.
Hey, it's boot camp, man. Boot camp magic.
Yes, absolutely. That was a great boot camp we just had, by the way. That was an incredibly awesome. They all are, so I don't. But this one, everybody was just jiving. It was a good group of people. Everybody connected. I loved the room. It was probably the best room in terms of just can I say, ambiance? Is that the correct word?
That's a great word.
Yeah, like the downstairs room, where it was like a giant battle of Stratego with a giant red team on the right and a blue team on the left.
Yes.
All those guys.
We're all trying to figure out how we can get our picture on the wall. Like,
yeah.
Where can we get a uniform like that, and how do we get on the wall? Yeah, it was at the St. Anthony in San Antonio down by the Riverwalk, and that is an incredibly the guy knew our drink from last year. He walked in.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Well, you know why? Because he's a watcher. He watches.
He's a rerun watcher, though, not live.
Yeah, he's a rerun watcher. Watcher. Say
Where
that 5 times fast.
Where are we next? We're going to be in Arizona?
We're going to be in Arizona April, weekend after Easter.
Finally, a good time to go to Arizona. I'm going to publicly thank Mark Podolsky. That's finally a good time to go to Arizona.
But not that swanky resort. We're down. I think we're more downtown, right? Not at the Wild Horse Pass.
Yeah.
Wild Horse Pass.
I don't even know. Wild
Horse Pass. Am I the only one who's booked my tickets? Okay. All right. I see how
You're the only one. I better do it tomorrow before the room block runs
Scott
out.
and I were just talking about that today, to be fair. This is a public service message for everybody. It does sell out, and it sells out quickly, so you should get your tickets now. Boot camp is amazing. I mean, Mark Podolsky, I always say it every time, it's like a Broadway show. I mean, the energy he puts into it, he goes through all the different parts. No matter where you are in this process, you're going to come away with a nugget of knowledge. What do you always say, Matt, about the boot camp?
This is not my line, right? This is Mimi's line, but you get what you need. If you're new, you get a ton of information. If you've been doing this for a long time, whether you need it or not, you get exactly what you're stuck on. Even if you don't come, I find this interesting. I didn't learn this until last time. I found people who were like, I didn't realize I was stuck on that until we started talking about it.
Right.
Where I'm like, I go and I come really prepared. I have like questions for Tate and questions for Mark and questions for Eric and Mimi. But this other guy was like, well, I just sort of came because I didn't really realize I was stuck, but I was stuck on this and I didn't know it. Like, wow, you're really unprepared and good for you.
That's true. No, it's, wherever you are in the business, that's the part you're going to hear, right? So when Mark goes over, whether it's intake or marketing or sales or just anything about the process, wherever you are, that's where it's going to help you. So it's amazing. And, we go to all of them. So we'd love to see anybody who's listening, come meet us, come hang out with us. 2 cocktail hours. We persuaded Mark to do 2 of them. Remember, there was one, but somebody who likes to drink persuaded Mark into 2 of them.
I wonder who that was.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
But that reminds me, is it time? Because I'm a little light.
I'm a little light as well. I got to go to the kitchen.
We don't do many segments anymore, Scott Bossman. We had so many wonderful segments.
We did have wonderful segments. I got a Boston Lega phrase of the week. That's pretty good. Ooh, and I can refer people to a very funny commercial that just came out. I shared it with Forbes actually, and you know who shared it with me was Kate Roy, who's going through flight school currently. She might have shared it with you too, Zano.
She did. I didn't write back to her, and Kate, I'm sorry, I have to respond to you. That just reminded me. Bad texting etiquette. I'm going to respond to her right now.
That is bad texting etiquette.
I hope she's as upset with you as you are with people who don't get back immediately to you via text.
On Voxer, yeah.
On Voxer.
Yes.
I have a job.
That's definitely a one-way. That's a one-way equation right there. I'm telling you.
Oh my God! I'm going to go get a 7th computer monitor screen just in the event that Mike Zano can Vox me I'll be immediately able to box them back.
I just texted her right now. Sorry for the delay. I know it was a few days.
A few days ago. Anyway, there's a funny commercial featuring. Well, okay, so there's Chris Evans, Captain America. The guy from A Quiet Place who used to be on The Office.
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski. And then the old SNL alum, she just made an appearance on Shameless recently. Not Anna Gasteyer, but anyway, there's a funny commercial you guys should watch for, I think it's Hyundai. And this leads me to the Boston Lega
Hyundai
word of the week.
Did I just hear Hyundai? Is that a niner?
Hyundai. Boston Lega. Lega segment. So this segment, for those of you who've never seen, we used to do this a lot. Now we do it rarely. This is where Scott spells a word or series of words, and Mike pronounces the words incorrectly. Incorrectly. Paul Brewer, good luck on duty. Be safe. Duty calls. So anyway, here is the Boston Leg. Here's my favorite Boston Leg word of the week.
That's a cheetah. Never play cards with a cheetah. In fact, I was just playing with our neighbors. You guys probably never heard. There's a. Do they have it down in your neck of the woods? 45s, Matt. It's a strictly.
But we're talking about two different things there, big boy.
45 is a card game up in Merrimack Valley where I live, and it's all.
Not a handgun. Okay, good. We don't have.
And so I don't know. It's a strictly kind of local game to where we are, but it's incredible. I'd love to teach you guys sometime.
Ooh, okay.
But anyway, I'm not saying anybody in that card game was cheating, but I feel like I should have won. But anyway, never play cards with a cheetah.
Cheetah. All right, here's the Boston Lega two-word phrase of the week. You ready?
Yeah.
SMART.
Smart.
PARK.
Smart Parker?
Smart Park.
Smart Park.
Smart Park.
Smart Park.
Or
Smart
it
Park.
could be it might be a Smart Park.
Smart Park. Well, is that like an app for your phone?
No, so this car has the capability of parking smartly.
Oh, right.
It can do what most, I can't say, I be careful what I say here. It can do what most people I know can't do.
Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, my God. All right. Now's the time on our program where Laura comes down and beats the crap out of Michael. And
parallel park. She doesn't have parallel pocket. She's a great driver, but the parallel park has escaped her. And I think that this smart car might help her.
Bosman, would you say that to her face? Because I got to tell you, I would not.
No, of course I would not.
Yeah, no.
I don't think she's watching right now. Or she'd be.
You hope she's not watching.
I don't hear the door opening and shutting.
Hey, caramba. We got to play. Larry Overstreet's watching. You got to play. Where in the world is Larry Overstreet?
Yeah, we'll pull that segment out here.
Oh, I'd like to take. Does anybody, Matt? Are you cheating this time? Are you a cheetah? Because I don't know where he is. Do you know where he is? You knew last time. You was a layup.
Yeah, and yet I didn't get that free cocktail we all bet. How strange. It's very odd.
How strange.
Very odd.
Well, let's talk about this. What does Larry do, and how does he do it? That's an interesting topic about our business. It's mobile, right? Our business. Sometimes people forget about this.
Yeah.
He travels around in an RV and does a land business. That's incredible.
He works wherever he wants, whenever he wants.
Literally took that to heart, right? Wherever. All right, I'm on the road. My wife and I on the road.
3 deals.
Doing deals. What's that?
So he had 3 or 4 deals at boot camp. He's the man. When I grow up, I want to be Larry Overstreet in a larger RV. For the record, Larry, I like your RV. I saw pictures of it. It looks nice. I'm wider, taller, and I weigh more than you.
There's no RV for you, Matt Forbes.
There is. It's a classic diesel pusher.
You need the old double RV.
The double wide, double tall.
I like it. I'll take that.
Expands this way, expands this way. You got it.
I'm
surprised. We have a lot of viewers. We have 9 viewers. It's about.
We live in the rerun. And listen, we've digressed. Let's bring it back to the land investment.
If any of you have questions about land investing, please.
Oh, yeah. Ask.
Please ask in the comments. And Mike Zanel will impart his wisdom upon you.
Let's reset this conversation with a refill, shall we, Matt? Oh, Matt, you have to go do a quick trip to the kitchen.
Yeah, I gotta go to the kitchen.
Go to the kitchen, Matt Forbes.
All right, Scott. So listen, we touched upon what a good mailing campaign can do for you, right? Bring you back some gold nuggets, but also the consistent flakes. Another thing that I think is important about the mailing and the consistency is it prevents people from I gotta have landitis. Remember that whole thing Scott Todd talks about? It's real. If you do a few mailings here, a few mailings there, you get a few accepted offers, but since you're not putting out consistently those 20 a day, 100 a week, you might just have a few potential deals and you might feel pressured to buy something that really isn't the best numbers wise. So mailing consistently prevents that, honestly.
It really does. That's the backbone of this business is mailing. So if you can just bring it upon yourself to implement that discipline to mail weekly, and then you know what? When you get that down, you outsource it. That's the beauty of this.
That's how it becomes consistent. That's a great point. How does it become consistent when you don't have enough time to do everything? It's outsourced to a VA or a system.
Outsourced to a VA and a system. And you know the beauty of outsourcing is, let's just say it takes you an hour a week to send out your mailings. And you do that for a number of months, and it gets really old, and then you finally outsource it. The feeling of outsourcing that, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, and it might take a couple of weeks to feel comfortable with it. But when you feel comfortable with it, you wake up one day and you realize, oh my gosh, I used to spend this hour on mailing. Now I don't have to do that anymore. Let me go spend it on something else. And you continue to chip away at every single aspect of this business until eventually you're not really having to do a whole lot.
I agree. It's you outsource the pain points first, and even the thing is, even if something only takes you a few minutes, the argument becomes, should you do it? Right? Oh, it only takes me a few minutes to put my list together. It only takes me a few minutes to post an ad on Facebook. Should you do it though?
Initially, yes. Initially, yes. You need to do it. You need to know the ins and outs of the aspects of posting, of responding to people who are interested. Is this available? You need to answer these people. You need to engage them. You need to figure out strategies to interact with these people effectively. But eventually, you pass it off.
I love it. Yeah. Tell me more about your property, even though everything is in the ad. Could you tell me more, please?
Yes, exactly.
Definitely get rid of that part. That's for sure.
Yes.
All right, let's do this, Matt.
We doing it? A little refill? All right. If you built 5 zaps like I did tonight and completely overhaul your entire Facebook marketing program on Airtable, have a cocktail. You deserve it. I do.
You do deserve it. Excellent job.
I've been working.
You're the Zap Master.
5 or 6 hours tonight.
I dubbed the Zap Master.
The Zap Master.
I love the Zap, man. I now have like Facebook poster gets an email and puts it in a form on Airtable, and it goes to my Airtable sheet, and then it goes to my other Airtable sheet, and then it goes to Follow Up Boss, and then somebody else calls that person, and I don't do diddly squat. I'm in. I'm very happy.
That's awesome.
Drink hot cider. You drink hot cider.
Listen, so here's the deal. I'm too lazy to go upstairs. I went to the refrigerator in the basement.
Nice.
It was Coors Light or Angry Orchard hard cider.
Coors Light all day long.
Yeah, well, it was closer.
Coors Light's the only beer you can drink and hydrate at the same time.
Isn't Angry Orchard from Wisconsin, Larry Overstreet?
I hope not.
Look on the bottle there, Matt.
Is Larry watching?
Larry's watching, so I know we should. Hold on, we have a question from Tony Grigio, which I think is a great question, and then let's go to the Larry Overstreet segment.
Cincinnati.
And this is a great question from Tony. He wants to know if we can talk about how we price land under $4,000 specifically on terms. So low monthly stretched over time, or just less payments, less term payments for those. So here's how I view it, I guess. If
total sale price is $4,000 or less.
So Tony, are you saying that you purchased the property for $1,000? If I assume if you're purchasing the property for $1,000, my cash price would likely be like $3,900, $3,999, something like that. And then I personally base my financing off that price. I might do 9% per year over that. But I mean, ideally, you want to get all your money out in 10 months. So if you can get all your money out in 10 months, a good number for that, I think, would be $100 a month. You get your money out in 10 months, and I don't know. What do you think? 60 months? That's what
I agree, but I also think that part of the county research is knowing, right, rather than get a property and then say, this is what I want for it.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it selling for first? Yes. And so then when you get it, so you don't really necessarily decide that. You look at the market. So I think it's the same thing. You'd come to the same conclusion you are, because that's how you'd price a property when you bought it, right?
Yeah. So I guess the question, Tony, is what are the cash comps in the area, and what'd you buy it for? We'll be able to give more info.
Yeah, I want to know what he bought it for, because he's now throwing out it's like $10, $140 payments or $20, $70 payments, as if he's selling it for $1,400.
Okay.
I want worth about $1,400, so I'm guessing he bought it for $141.37. So Tony, just throw in there what you actually put it in for. We'll give you the answer, but these guys are right? I mean, you don't price the market. The market's the market. If it's $99 a month, that's what it is, right? You can go out there and say, I want X because the formula said Y, and there's a great chance it takes a long time to sell. So you got to look at what you can get and just play the game.
Nope, this doesn't become any more evident than it does at boot camp, and that's why those exercises are really awesome when we do group, and then they say, okay, they get together, they work on their advertising, what they're going to price it for, and everybody's like, yeah, okay, I want a $500 down payment, a $500 doc fee, and a $500 first payment. That would be great. I'll take that all day long, but it doesn't necessarily happen.
Yeah, I don't. Do you guys are some of the people they call, right?
Yes.
Are you guys part of that? So I've done that the last few times, and my team did a good job, but there was some things that were so off that I went and talked to them for 5 minutes before they all went back into the room. I was like, dude, you dropped your pants $6,000 in 4 seconds. Easy, tiger. It was pretty funny. I love that part of boot camp though, where you got to go do it. And I feel bad for the teams that get me, right? Because I sit there and I just want to be the biggest jerk of all time.
Should be a good time to shout out to Eric Peterson, because he basically organizes that whole event, right? That whole.
Oh yeah, he does a good job with it.
I don't know if it's kind of late in his world. Does he ever watch, Eric? You ever watch us? I feel like we need to get back on the show.
Yeah, he's not a watcher. We got to get him back on here. Tony came up with a number though. Okay, so basically this is a property he got with Flight School, which is pretty cool about Flight School. The VIP package of Flight School is you get a free property. So you take the biggest pain point out of becoming a land investor, right? You get a free property. Now, from what I know, these properties sell for $1,200 to $1,500 cash. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
So those properties selling for $1,200 to $1,500 cash. Mike Zano, what would you sell that for on terms?
Well, that'd be an easy $99 or even $79, $80, anything, in that range. I don't think I'd be looking to go over that, crest over that number myself. I think that would be but look at, it's about the, you sell that one property, that's your cable bill for not my cable bill. Okay, that's probably.
You got all the add-ons, don't you?
That's a bottle of Macallan for the next 3-4 years.
A month.
A month. One bottle of Macallan.
Right. And a mild liver transplant. There's nothing wrong with that. So what do you sell that at? I sell that at $79 a month for 24 months. $249 doc fee, $79 down all day.
I agree.
And that's, you're making $2,000 and you're buying it for what, 400?
Yeah.
The problem in this business becomes sometimes, and I shouldn't say this, but the problem for some people can become that they look at it as a one deal, right? Okay, I want to crush this deal. Where instead of the consistency of multiple deals, right? So if you hold out and you're trying to get this top dollar where you can just move the property, get the cash flowing and get another property. So it can be difficult. It's like a mindset thing, right? You're like, well, I'd like to have this. I'd like to have that. It'd be really nice if I could do this. Wouldn't it be great if I did that? But the market says this. Do what the market says. Get another property. Do it again. Don't. That's where the pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. That Mark always talks about, right? You're going to make the money in the long run. This is not about. Although there are those times, those nuggets from consistent mailing, we're going to get the home run, boom, right out of the park. Other than that, it's just consistency. It's just these. You get these deals, you push them through, they're going to have a huge ROI, and don't get greedy with it, right? I'm not saying he is either. I'm not accusing our questioner. What would you call him?
Questioner.
I'm not saying this at all. I'm just saying in general for everybody, including myself, at times we can be like, this is what we'd ideally like to have. Well, that's not really always going to be the case, right? It's going to be what the market is saying.
It's going to be best friend Jen and best friend Tyler, right? They're at like some absurd amount monthly, right? Tyler quit his job and they did it on the backs of like those properties.
How many $80 notes do they have? It's crazy.
A hell of a lot more than I do. They have to have 5 times the notes I have.
They have a lot of notes. $80 a month. Tony, what I would tell you too is like when you're marketing this property, this is a football field of land in Arizona. There are sweeping views in all directions. There are Joshua trees. There are mountains in the distance.
You are a copywriter. I knew it. I told you earlier today. Listen, sweeping views.
Who wouldn't want to own a football field of Arizona land with Joshua trees and sweeping views in all directions with mountains in the distance for $79 a month? Huh?
I'm telling you, you must have read that book he's got in his hand because you are a copywriter.
I'm waiting for it to show up on the screen, but I can't.
It's there. It's been there the whole time.
I know.
Copywriting secrets.
It doesn't show me the thing. Have you guys seen this? This guy on Facebook?
No, I haven't seen that.
This is the guy who like rides the blow up unicorn all over the place.
Never heard of it.
Really? Okay. So like I was like, dude,
How many viewers does he have?
More than us.
5.
Slightly. I haven't read it yet.
You should get a unicorn. I could get a Macallan unicorn.
Oh, jeez.
This is why we're on the delay. It's the Super Bowl principle, right? In case something goes bad, we can.
The Super Bowl principle. Yes.
Like
Matt Forbes, you were saying?
They'll edit us out in the rerun. In the West Coast feed will be edited out. Don't worry.
West Coast feeds that just see you hold
Tony Grigio, there you go. Again, okay, listen to this. His property is 800 feet from the historic Route 66.
World famous.
That's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
You bring out. You bring out the sweeping views, the football field, Route 66. Find a hamburger joint, and it's sold.
Yep.
I want to know when you sell that property. You contact me. We want to.
Tony, when you sell that property, you're coming on the show.
Unless you're
shy, we'll make you. We'll want you on the show.
I'd be thinking trucker avatar too. If it's on 66.
Yeah, exactly. Trucker avatar for sure.
Yeah.
Avatar. Let's just talk about that.
Avatars are blue.
You know what? People probably haven't heard that term before.
They're not all blue. They're not all blue.
They're giant blue people. They're about my height, actually, but they have funnier ears, and they're slightly thinner. The avatar.
Give them a brief synopsis of what an avatar is. Come on.
Me?
Do tell.
All right, so your avatar is who you think your buyer is. So you got to figure out who that would be. So in this case here, the one that screams to me is like a trucker, right? So Bob the trucker or Cindy the trucker. So it's male or a female. They own their own truck.
A trucker.
And they drive the same route every week or every month or whatever, and they would love a spot to go pull over, right? That's their spot. They could go park in their land. And I know it's a really good avatar because I've sold to Bob the avatar before. It's exactly who you think he is. He looks just like Scott Bosman. He wears that same shirt. He wears that same hat, right? He gets in his big rig. He goes, yeehaw!
Probably doesn't have AirPods.
Yeah, minus the AirPods. And you have to think about who he is, what he wants, what he can afford, and what's going to catch his eye when you're marketing. And then when you're writing your copy, you're writing to that guy, that specific person. And then it'll speak to them better than just a general ad. That's an avatar, and, it's good to have a lot of them. That's really, really key.
Matt Forbes, that was amazing.
That was probably worth the whole show.
That was worth the whole show. That was an amazing tip, dude.
I think we should end it right there because it's not going to get any better.
No, it's definitely going to go downhill. I like that.
Oh, I got more gin on the way, and then we got the Larry Overstreet segment. We got more questions.
Hold on. Let me get my phone. Are we doing
just
Larry
because you're tired, Zano?
No, cheating with Larry Overstreet.
There's no cheating.
Because you're tired,
put the phone
Zano.
down, Forbes. Forbes, look. I see you looking at it.
What are you talking about? I'm not looking at it.
You're looking at it again. It's in front of the screen. We all can see this. Take your phone and put it on the shelf behind you, or you can't play.
Fine. There
it is.
He's not. No, you know what? He's not playing, Zano.
I do the same.
Zano, he's not playing.
You guys are such a bunch of wussies. There we go. Tony Frigio, there's a classic car show there every summer. Route 66 Club. Dude, you get your avatar, man. Go write some ads. Let's go. Let's sell this thing. Let's go.
Or you're not playing this. You're not playing this game.
Oh, where in the world?
Please. You don't even pay up when you lose your bet. What does it matter?
Where in the world is Larry Overstreet? That's what it is. So,
where do you think he is?
Okay, so we were in Texas. We were in Texas 3 weeks ago. I happen to know for a fact he's going to be in South Dakota in February, which is not an RVer's dream.
So who is the cheetah now?
I'm not a cheetah at all.
Wait,
that was 3 weeks ago when I got that data.
Oh,
hey,
it's the refill segment.
Could you grab me a scotch while you're at it?
Yeah.
It's the refill segment with my
son.
Did I
have another?
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Ben.
Can I give you this one? My son Ben brought me a gin.
Okay, so where are we thinking?
So I'm going to guess, I think he stayed in Texas for a while.
Okay.
After
I'm going to pull up the map.
And,
I'm going to go with Arizona.
No, I don't think he's not in Arizona.
That's not your guess. It's my guess.
Well, you're wrong, but okay.
I'm going to say he is currently in Oklahoma.
Oh.
Oklahoma?
30 miles outside Oklahoma City.
Sounds like someone's got Google Maps on Larry Overstreet.
I don't even need to cheat to know that he's still in Texas.
Really?
He doesn't move around that much. He goes and he stays,
right.
And then he goes and then he stays.
He's a hibernator.
Right.
He's still in Texas.
He put like 10,000 miles on his RV last year. That's craziness.
Dude, I put 10,000 miles on my car driving to the airport once every 3 weeks. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Like every 3 months you got.
Overstreet, where are you? Yeah, we should talk about the reclining situation. You're all
Forbes. You can't. Forbes, you're not participating.
We'll have to bring you on the round table for that one.
I said Texas. You said Oklahoma, and Mike
said Arizona.
Said Hawaii.
I got a whole state. I'm confident. Where is he?
Okay. Well, we're just waiting for Larry to write that.
Larry, are you actually watching, or is it just playing you're off doing something else?
Larry has a bot that actually just says where he is every nightcap, like after 45 minutes.
Zano, what'd you say, dude? What was your guess?
Arizona.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Larry Overstreet, you throw it up there in the comments. In the meantime, we have a comment from our very animated and friendly Tam Eden. Whatever, Forbes. Whatever, Forbes.
Georgetown, Texas. That's 2 cocktails you each owe me at the next boot camp.
First one doesn't count at all.
Something tells me Larry might be one of your accountability buddies, and you know exactly where he is at every moment.
He is not. It's just that I slipped a GPS in his RV last my thumb.
You got a
No big deal.
tracker on him.
Tracker.
All right, so
tracker.
we got to give a shout out to Tam Eden. So
did Tam post today about getting accepted offer? I thought he did.
Tam, 7 days ever after his first mailing, received his first his first acceptance. He said his head's almost too big to fit between his headphones.
I love it.
So Tam Eden, tell us about the deal. Tell us what you offered. Tell us what the comps are. And if you've done any preliminary if you've done any preliminary due diligence, which I'm pretty sure you have, because when you guys get that first letter in the mail, what do you do? What do you guys do when you get the letter in the mail, the accepted offer in the mail?
I don't get them. I have no idea.
Come on, you're killing me.
I celebrate, first off.
No. Listen, when you're a newbie, and you get your first accepted offer in the mail, what do? You run in the house,
probably throw up a little bit,
yelling and screaming. You might throw up in your mouth a little bit, but you're going to the computer right away to see what the information is about this property.
Yeah, totally. A little bit of yak in your mouth, but yeah, you're definitely doing that. Yep. For sure.
It's a flake. He's got a flake or has he got a nugget? Let's find out.
I remember my first accepted offer to this day. Her name was Dell.
Her?
D-E-L. Her name was Dell.
Wow. My old business partner's name was Dell.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know anybody else in the world except he was a boy. So probably not the same person.
But
that's
I was so
nervous.
Once
had a Dell computer.
I came in. I had no idea what I was doing. I went to my computer. I looked up the information. I'm like, 2.5 acres in Colorado. What the heck? I offered her $700. What the heck?
Yeah.
I better call her. And she was so excited to talk to me because she had owned this property for 30 years and she didn't know how to get rid of it.
That happens every day. Every single day.
And I showed up in her mailbox.
Yep.
As
like
solution.
A knight in shining armor.
Like a knight in shining armor.
What did you buy that property for, Bosman?
I bought it for $700. I sold it for $2,800.
Oh, that's amazing. That is America right there.
It's America.
It's America.
And wait, I do have to say this. And? She was my first ever seller.
No. Oh, what? Your first ever what?
My first ever seller.
Oh, seller.
And she sent me a thank you note in the mail.
There it is.
She sent me a thank you note in the mail, thanking me for all of the hard work. It was honestly, it was a pretty cool first deal to do.
That is a pretty cool first deal.
Right. I've never
gotten a thank you card.
Never? You will. Tam Eden, we want some deets. Yeah. You've been doing your due diligence all night. We want to know what was the offer, and we want to know what are the comps.
Yeah.
And, that's what we want to know. So anyway, guys.
Yo.
Hopefully he chimes in here. But, Zeno, give me an example of a memorable deal.
Memorable deal. Well, I would say my first deal as well. It was about a $377 purchase, and as I had someone going out to get some information on it, there had to be a person owned the neighboring property, came over and asked them what they were doing, and he said what he was doing. He called me up and said this person wants to know how much you're selling the property for, and I had no idea at all what I would sell it for. So I made up a number of $3,500, and they said yes. So it was like a very addictive moment. It was like, whoa, seriously? Like, really? I just did that, and boom, game on.
That's amazing. Matt Forbes, most memorable deal.
Most memorable deal so far is I bought a wholesale deal, $1,500, and I got $1,249 down on it. I got $1,000 down plus a $249 doc. But the memorable side was the guy who sold me the wholesale deal called me 6 months later and said, "Hey, I got another one." And all I did was simply send an email. I didn't even call the guy. I just sent an email that says, "Hey, I get the property right next to you, same everything." He goes, "Great. I'll send you another $1,000 next week." Done. I didn't do anything. And I was out of the deal in 3 months. I was out of the deal in 1 month the first time and 3 months the second time. Unbelievable.
That's
like, I mean, you can't make it up.
That's a really cool thing. I got to bring this up. People remember their interactions with you. So last year, I bought a property from a guy. He owned the 2 adjacent properties as well. And he's like, "Well, I'm going to sell you this one now. Let's talk soon, and we'll talk about the other ones." So about a month later, I called him, and I'm like, "How about that other property next to this one?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll sell that to you." Awesome. Had a good experience. Call him a little bit later. "Hey, how about this property?" He's like, "No, I'm going to hold on to that one a little bit longer because it's a little bit larger property. It's a little bit nicer property, closer to power lines, closer to road access. But Scott, I've had a good experience with you. So if I decide to sell the property, I'll give you a call." Guess what? He called me last week. He says, "You know what, Scott? I want to get rid of that property." And
love it.
It's, it's about relationships. It's about connecting with people.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right. Okay, so Zeno, I know you're getting sleepy. Tam Eden, can I give you the numbers quick?
How did you do that?
He offered
dark magic.
What magic is this, Tam Eden? What black magic is this? For a half acre, the comps are $5,000. He offered $450. I don't know if this is beginner's luck or what, but he offered $450. Tam Eden, was that an accepted offer or is there a counter offer?
And what are the back taxes?
If it's an accepted offer, what are the back taxes? And if there are no back taxes,
do that.
It's a home run.
First deal.
That's a great first deal.
Yeah, that is a great first deal.
So Tam Eden.
Well, just wait. How are you?
It looks amazing. Let us know how it goes. What?
Can people get? We're trying to do emotions now. Can the audience see these or just us?
Yeah, no,
I can't see anything. No, you guys, no. I got the power over here with the. Okay, accepted offer, no back taxes. Tam Eden.
Wow. Tam. I'll see you in Phoenix.
Welcome to the business, Tam.
There it is, baby. Come on.
Tam Eden, your listing price on that is like $4,900 cash, $100 down, $150 a month for 60 months, something like that.
Second refill.
Second refill.
Any other questions out there? Oh, wait, we gotta address this one because I feel bad. I put it on. I broadcast it and then I got distracted. Joanne Caudle says, "Where do you guys get sold comps? DataTree, Zillow are not accurate. So where do you guys get sold comps?"
Yeah, because this is a land business that typically you won't find a lot of comps on those websites. You look for, sometimes it's listed comps, but you go to where the land sellers are, go where the wild things are. You go to Landmodo, and after that you go to other land sites, and then you go into Google search for subdivision to find other land sellers. So, and if you're not finding them, that's a great hint that you might be in the wrong area.
Yeah, you can, you can use listings as well, right? So you may not find great.
Take 20% off, divide by 4 then. If it's listed, don't just divide it by 4 because that's what they're asking. Doesn't mean what they're going to sell it for.
Right. So if you can find listed comps on land selling websites, that type of thing.
Just take 25% of it then.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I'll throw out there, though, too, a lot of time that's a stumbling block, right? You want to go get those comps. You want to go do all this stuff. Like, listen, you're going to be TAM. You're going to go buy this for, what, 4,000 quarters? Is that what we just for 800 quarters, something crazy?
Oh, you mathematician. Let me add those up.
Yeah, I did that wrong. That was $1,000. So, bottom line is
$1,000. You're right.
Right. Find a couple comps that look good. Go to Landmodo. Find what people are doing. Divide by 4. If there's proof that other land geeks are there, then you're going to buy it so cheap. I don't want to say it doesn't matter because that's not the case, but it doesn't matter. Just go get a piece of land. As long as you're pricing it right, then you're going to be able to sell it. Because worst case scenario, you can wholesale it.
And here's the other thing, and the creator is back. He brings up a great point. You guys go to the county for the information. How many times you go to the county, you go to the assessor website, you do a property record search, you can see what these properties have been bought and sold for. You can see that Mark Podolsky bought this property for $1,000 a year ago. Well, I tell you what, right? So dig into the data. It's there. It's everywhere.
I like the quarter concept because that early deal we talked about, you and I, Scott, we took 400 quarters and turned it into 40,000.
It's all about quarters, boys. It's all about ball bearings.
Dude. That sounds like my favorite Vegas game, Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune.
Dude, I lost twice on your Wheel of Fortune last in Vegas. I'm not doing it again.
I understand, but I'm still love the game.
All right, Tam Eden. We expect a report next week on Nightcap about how the due diligence process is going and how your interaction with the seller is going. And we would like to witness your success with this deal. So please.
Tam, another future guest on the Nightcap. I think he'd be a great guest.
So many people out there that are executing at such a high level. It's crazy. And it's really exciting. Really exciting. That's all you guys are going to. You guys aren't going to respond to that.
We're sending emojis back and forth. I'm not sure if the audience can see them.
No, the audience cannot see your emojis, dude.
For the most part, I'm just reading the comments between myself and the wife.
Do you see the emojis, Scott?
Matt Forbes, quit flirting with my wife.
I'm not flirting with your wife.
Here we go.
I miss her. That's all.
I know.
I didn't see her at the last boot camp. Sniffle.
Tam Eden, let's not put the cart before the horse. We're not putting the cart before the horse. All we're saying is we want to report next week.
I agree. I'd like to know, and I would recommend you do this, is you start keeping track of how many ads you're posting and where you're posting, right? Because it'll be interesting to see how that thing goes. But look, if you bought it for $450 or $500, that's a slam dunk deal.
Mark Podolsky says he's excited. I don't know why he's excited, but I'm going to tell you. I think we got to sign off. It's been an hour, right? I'm going to give Mark Podolsky a reason to be excited right now. And Zano, I'm going to spoil your news because it came through you, but I think this needs to be said to Mark Podolsky. So, Mark Podolsky, this week we had an interaction with a flight school grad, and he had huge news. And Zano, I'm going to let you tell the news. You don't have to say the name because we haven't cleared it with him yet, but tell the news.
But 2 years out of the business, 2 years after flight school. So within the 2 years of flight school, 12,000 passive.
12,000 a month passive income 2 years after flight school.
I want to be that guy.
Craziness.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's be really, really clear about what that is, because I think people get a little lost when you start throwing numbers around like that, right? That's.
Are you doing a calculation?
Yeah, it's $144,000 freaking dollars a year. Now, is that all in your pocket? No. It's taxes. Do you have to pay for the business? Yeah. But it's still $144,000 a year. That's a big, big deal. We always look at passive in terms of monthly, but monthly doesn't really put it in perspective, right? That's a lot of dough. If you can't live on that, then, you're high maintenance. But that's awesome. I don't know what else to say. I do know people who couldn't live on that, but yeah, that's the goal, right? That's what we're always trying to achieve. Is get up there, 10K, then 15, then 20, and then 30 and 50. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it, boys.
You guys got predictions on the Super Bowl? I know Zano does. He's a big NFL guy.
When is it playing?
You're done. Moving on. First of all, it's not playing. It's actually not a movie, right? It's not. It's not a theater show. It's not a musical. It's a Super Bowl.
Is this coming up soon?
Hey, Forbes, I will give you my prediction, and it's the 49ers all the way. They are freaking tough.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Chiefs.
Amazing that we hang out with you. Playing KC.
We hang out with you.
With Mahomes. I don't know.
49ers are so tough, dude.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win. I think it'll be a good game. I'm excited that...
Mark Podolsky says Chiefs by 7. I'm going to say 49ers by 13.
How do you guys know such detailed information about the score potential? That's incredible.
49ers defense is going to shut them down. Here's a shout-out to Ray Reyes and Elisa Church, the 49ers fans in the group. Good luck to you guys.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want Mahomes to win, so I like it. I like the 49ers. Get my boy Jimmy a ring for actually doing something other than riding the bench. I like it.
Boys, should we have a toast?
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, let's do it. Close us up.
Here's to $12,000 a month passive income in 2 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Cue the outro.
Cue the outro. All right, let's see if I can do this.
I agree. No, Podolsky, I get that he's no Mahomes. I get that. But, dude, it's not like he wins football games for the 49ers. Right? I mean, he passes the ball off and they have great defense. So.
See, this is where I feel like I'm never going to be a true businessman until I play golf and no football.
Come on down and play golf, Santa. Come on, I live an hour away. Let's go. What are you doing?
I think the outro's on.
The outro's on.
They'll cap your night. Dude, buddy, Bossman. He's from Wisconsin. Don't you know? He'll tell you, get him on the phone and speak with heart. Zen Master Zano likes playing the outro. He'll push your deal flow, and he's wicked smart with fancy robes and a sassy swivel. They'll help you on your freedom quest. Reading the mailing, exhale the celandine. Don't ever quit, just learn from their guests. Get on a call now, it's not too late, friend. Become a land.
Thank you, Aileen.
And
Thank you, Aileen De Augustine.
Raise up your glass, dear. No going back now.
Raise up your glass, dear.
Watch a nightcap. It'll change your life.
Night, everybody.
Good night, John Boy.